loud, you can hear it through the engine. Eating what I want, I ain't talking about Denny's. Came a long way, I was stacking them pennies. Raised in the SIP, so I know about trenches. No handouts, no favors.
What's going on? What's up? It's Lil Dre. Today we're going to be talking about 5 must-have plugins if you're a beginner starting out on your own recording process, trying to be a successful engineer for yourself, so you can save money on going to the studio. You want to start up a studio at home? I'm going to help you out with that. Stay tuned. All right, let's get to it. So let's talk about it. First plugin that you want to have, auto-tune. Now, there's a lot of different ways you can get auto-tune. Me, myself, I use Pro Tools, so I like to use Auto-Tune Pro. It just comes with a lot of different things that you can use to kind of give you different sound effects and things like that. But if you got just the basic auto-tune, that's perfectly fine to have. Like I said, you want to have auto-tune and kind of just give you that digital vibe, make things a little bit more up to date sound when you're kind of recording in the studio. You know, you can find the key if you're doing some singing, you're doing some harmonizing, like, you know, Drake feature or things of that nature. Gonna definitely help you with that. So what I have right here is a vocal that we're going to be working with today. And hey, let's get right into it, right? You're here to kind of learn something. So I'm just going to play it, you know, without any of the effects first.
Came through loud, you can hear it through the engine. Eating what I want, I ain't talking about Denny's. Came a long way, I was stacking them pennies. Raised in the SIP, so I know about trenches. No handouts, no favors, what you know.
Okay, so that's the dry vocal. So the first thing first, like I said, you want to use that auto-tune. I'm using the auto-tune EFX plugin. It's really dope. I've already found the key of the song. The key of the beat is the track is in E flat major. So we're going to be using E flat major today. I'll do a separate video on showing you how to find the key of the beat. So that way you can kind of stay in tune. So I don't like to use a lot. Anything from 20 to 30 is going to give you more of a natural sound, but still kind of help you hit those keys. So I like to be roughly around, if I'm doing hip hop, I like to be around that 20 to 25 range. Turning the humanize all the way down just because, you know, I don't want it to take too much out of the auto-tune. This plugin does a great job of not really having that heavy auto-tune feel. So just gonna bypass that, see what it sounds like with that.
Came through loud, you can hear it through the engine. Eating what I want, I ain't talking about Denny's. Came a long way, I was stacking them pennies. Raised in the SIP, so I know about trenches. No handouts, no favors, what you know.
So, you know, just a little bit, you know, just to kind of give it that feel, nothing too much. Second effect that you want to have, very inexpensive. For the most case, if you get Pro Tools, it kind of comes with the program, and this is called the de-esser. Now, there are some top-notch ones out there that you can use, but for the purpose of this video, kind of giving you the basic model. Remember, we're trying to save money and still get a pretty good sound in the studio. So the de-esser, I like to use the de-esser because, you know, it helps you kind of control those frequencies, you know, kind of control those sounds and things of that nature. So let's play it with the de-esser and then without the de-esser to see what it sounds like. So I'm going to probably be the frequency range of about a 3, just to kind of put it in the center a little bit. And I'm gonna have my range to about a 7, just to cut a little bit of that high off the top. So let's hear it with it.
Came through loud, you can hear it through the engine. Eating what I want, I ain't talking about Denny's. Came a long way, I was stacking them pennies. Raised in the SIP, so I know about trenches. No handouts, no favors, what you know about bootleg cables. Sharing Wi-Fi with the neighbors. We ain't had time for a hater, Came through loud, you can hear it through the engine. Eating what I want, I ain't talking about Denny's. Came a long way, I was stacking them pennies. Raised in the SIP, so I know about trenches. No handouts, no favors, what you know about bootleg cables. Sharing Wi-Fi with the neighbors. We ain't had time.
All right, so you can kind of hear the de-esser working a little bit, kind of giving it just a little high, but also not too much to the point where it's over the top. And we want that because when we actually get into EQing the vocal, we want to make sure that we're not irritating the ear, right? So the de-esser, like I said, pretty quick, pretty simple. It's a basic plug-in, easy to use. So next, one of my favorite plugins is the channel script. But before I get into the channel script, I want to talk a little bit about what we're doing here with the volume. So if you notice, I have my volume up to a 10+2. And we really don't want that volume that high while we're mixing and things like that. But I did it on purpose just to kind of point out what I'm going to talk about in my next plugin to kind of help you with that. You definitely don't want to record too high to cause distortion in your recording where you're making your songs and anything like that. You want to save some headroom so that way when you do other things to the vocal kind of stays intact. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take that vocal volume down as it should be when you're mixing to 0, and you're going to hear the difference and how much it is mixed in. It's not going to be as great, right? Yeah, so it's kind of, you can't really hear it. It's kind of mushed in the back of the track. So what we're going to do is we're going to fix that. Another thing I like to do that I'll talk about in another video is the trim on the audio while I'm mixing, just to kind of keep that beat down if the producers are making the beats too loud or something like that. Definitely good to have a trim, but I'll discuss that in another video. So the third plugin that you want to have, if you downloaded the new Pro Tools, we have an updated software. It'll come with the plugin. These are pretty much basic plugins we're talking about here for the most part. So then the channel script is another one of my favorites. It allows you to take out some low end, take out some mid when you kind of find those frequencies that don't belong, and I'll kind of show you what that sounds like so you can kind of hear. So give me one moment. So let's play it without the plugin, then we'll play it with it.
Eating what I want, ain't talking about Denny's. Came a long way, I was stacking them pennies. Raised in the city, so I know about trenches. No handouts, no favors. What you know about bootleg cables? Sharing Wi-Fi with the neighbors. We ain't had time for a hater.
Yeah, so you can hear the difference. You can hear when, the high frequencies kind of kicked in. You can hear also the gain stepping up. This is a great plug-in. It kind of lets you, use your thresh, to kind of sit it more in the beat, kind of use that knee to do the same. And then also you kind of use that gain too to kind of help you increase the volume without distorting the track. So definitely a great tool to have for a beginner. And like I said, it's easy, it's simple, it's quick, it's efficient. So let's hear it one more time.
Came through loud, you can hear it through the engine. Eating what I want, ain't talking about Denny's. Came a long way, I was stacking them pennies. Raised in the sip, so I know about trenches. No handouts, no favors. What you know about bootleg cables? Sharing Wi-Fi with the neighbors. We ain't had time for a hater.
Yep. So easy peasy, easy peasy. The fourth plugin you want to have is your compressor. Now this particular compressor, I did get it off Waves, and it's called the VOCALS. Very popular plugin. It's inexpensive, especially if you catch it around Black Friday, Christmas, different holidays. They're always having deals, on waves.com to kind of help you, get those best prices. So this particular plugin does magic. It kind of works the way of compressing the track into the beat versus having it sitting over the beat or under the beat. It's going to kind of help you put it right inside that beat to kind of give it that good mix. So we're going to play it without the compressor, and then we're going to play it with the compressor.
Came through loud, you can hear it through the engine. Eating what I want, ain't talking about Denny's. Came a long way, I was stacking them pennies. Raised in the sip, so I know about trenches. No handouts, no favors. What you know.
Hold on. Had a little fender bender. So let's see where that could have came from. Let's make sure we have my playback engine set. And I'll give you all a tutorial on that in another video. So when you're recording, it's good to use the 128 samples, but when you're actually putting in effects, just to make sure the processor is up to speed, you want to be at the highest buffer size. So we want to fix that. All right, awesome. So I'll play it again, with the compressor going through the whole way so you can hear how that sounds.
Came through loud, you can hear through the engine. Eating what I want, ain't talking about Denny's. Came a long way, I was stacking them pennies. Raised in the SIP, so I know about trenches. No handouts, no favors. What you know about bootleg cables? Sharing Wi-Fi with the neighbors. We ain't had time for a hater.
Yep. So you can kind of hear, how it's sitting more into the beat. It's not all the way high over the top, not really mixing in. It's right there mixing in with it now with the VOCALS compressor. Like I said, very simple plug-in, efficient, gets the job done. So definitely want to add that to your repertoire if you're a beginner. So the fifth plugin I like to use is the Vocal Rider. Now this is not a stock plugin. You will have to get this one just like the VOCALS, but it's completely worth it. So think of the Vocal Rider as a ride-along leveler for your voice. So if you're in the studio, maybe you're saying some parts of the song that's a little low versus part that you're saying a little higher. The Vocal Rider is going to help you keep that same volume all the way across the board. So much have, it's going to cut down and stop you from having a lot of work to do. That way you're not going in clipping out pieces and pieces and pieces, raising the gain, lowering the gain. The Vocal Rider is going to do that job for you. So what I like to do prior to using the Vocal Rider, I like to go to the mix of my track. I'm going to go right here to vocal lead. And what I like to look for over here on the dB side is just kind of see where my volume is kind of, hitting that most. And then that way I'll show you what I do next with the Vocal Rider to kind of get that sound correct.
Came through loud, you can hear through the engine. Eating what I want, ain't talking about Denny's. Came a long way, I was stacking them pennies. Raised in the SIP, so I know about trenches. No handouts, no favors. What you know about bootleg cables? Sharing Wi-Fi with the neighbors. We ain't had time for a hater.
All right. So now we're going to go back. You can see right here, kind of have that 18.3 showing on the fader. So now we're going to go back, get back into the actual edit window. We're going to go to our Vocal Rider. And then now we're going to take this target and we want to move it up, to 18. And then what we're going to do is monitor this part down here. I really don't mess with this too much. It's just not really needed. I kind of leave it on slow, but you can kind of differentiate depending on the tempo of the song, the tempo that you're kind of speaking. I'm not really rapping fast, so I don't need it working as fast. I did pretty good myself as an artist, kind of labeling up. So I like to kind of have it on, slow. I also leave it on, leave right here on idle. But I like to put my target exactly where I seen the dB. And then what I'll do is over here in the range section, we'll be watching this part here just to kind of see if it's any jumping going on about throughout the vocal. So let's play it.
Came through loud, you can hear through the engine. Even came through loud, you can hear through the engine. Eating what I want, ain't talking about Denny's. Came a long way, I was stacking them pennies. Raised in the SIP, so I know about trenches. No handouts, no favors. What you know about bootleg cables? Sharing Wi-Fi with the neighbors. We ain't had time.
Yep. So other than my computer having some glitches right now, you can kind of see, get a great example of what the job does, especially right here when we kind of look into like this part of the song where you can tell without the Vocal Rider, I got a little loud. So let's see.
Raised in the SIP, so I know about trenches. No handouts, no favors. What you?
Yeah, so you can see I kind of got a little loud right there, but what the Vocal Rider does kind of helps that.
Ain't
levels
talking
out.
about Denny's. Came a long way, I was stacking them pennies. Raised in the SIP, so I know about trenches. No handouts, no favors. What you know about bootleg cables? Sharing Wi-Fi with the neighbor.
Yeah, and then from there, you can really, get your volume intact. So now that I got that kind of going like it is, I can really come here and
Came through loud, you can hear it through the engine. Eating what I want, ain't talking about Denny's. Came a long way, I was stacking them pennies. Raised in the SIP, so I know about trenches. No handouts, no favors. What you know about bootleg cables? Sharing Wi-Fi with the neighbors. We ain't had time for a hater.
Yep. And just like that, beginner stage, easy mix, decent sound, and then from there, it's pretty much up. So just to recap, we got auto tune number 1, we got our de-esser number 2, we got our channel script number 3, we have our compressor number 4, and last but not least for number 5, we have our vocal router. Must have plugins when you first start your beginner stage recording. Make your life a lot easier. Once again, it's Lil Dre with Lil Dre Media. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you soon. Make sure you subscribe for more videos. Like and follow. Peace.
Came through loud, you can hear it through the engine. Eating what I want, ain't talking about Denny's. Came a long way, I was stacking them pennies. Raised in the SIP, so I know about trenches. No handouts, no favors. What you know about bootleg cables? Sharing Wi-Fi with the neighbors. We ain't had time for